What is up this morning, the crazy masses out there?
Good morning, people. Well, we got a little different thing hanging right here because the light was just blaring today and sunny as all hell out.
Yeah. So, reason we're doing it early today is because him and I are going on an adventure. We don't know where we're going yet, but we're going on an adventure.
We're getting out of here for some odd reason.
I'm going Lulu.
No, it's not Lulu. It's just you're happy. You're in a good mood.
I already have like 4 or 5 hours to sleep in me. What the hell, But, it's been a really interesting week for me with my new job. I just started a couple of weeks ago, and I'm enjoying it. I'm learning a lot.
Yeah, he's learning. It's all mental up here.
Yeah, well, there's nothing up there anyways.
Well,
it just rings.
That's true. There's no light bulb either.
No, well, it's true. I was thinking about tackling a hard issue today, but we're gonna hold off for at least another episode.
Or a couple.
Because
people like when we are the way we are now.
Yeah. But it will be coming. A couple more hard episodes will be coming for us.
Probably later when we get more and more into this stuff.
Yeah. I've been enjoying this as much as we don't care. We love it. We don't care. It's been a lot of fun for us, and it's a vending for us. But we do have some changes coming. Not going to tell you those yet, because I haven't even discussed them with him yet.
What, you going to call me dummy?
Yeah.
What a nice friend.
I haven't talked to dummy friend,
Dumb right here, too.
Yeah. But we're still going to go out today and get to have some fun, because I got a long week at work this week.
You mean next week?
Next week coming. I'm very proud of both my niece and nephew. They're doing both in soccer. They're doing awesome. Barely made it to my niece's game yesterday. I didn't make it this morning to my nephew's. I will be there probably next week. Because I'm off. And we got a crazy thing coming in. My sister from California is due in on Tuesday.
We should do a podcast with her.
Oh God, that's gonna be interesting as hell.
But no, she's probably gonna be gone by Saturday. Anyway.
By Thursday.
Thursday?
They'll be out getting on the plane Thursday afternoon.
And is she coming back here, or she's going?
I have no clue. Trust me on that, because people are just weird when they plan shit. Unlike us, just go on a random fucking adventure and not even know where we're going. So.
Oh, and by the way, people, this is actually Celsius in here that I've been drinking.
Yeah.
Gets me more alive.
And we have a manager, my cat. He's in here really wanting to play today.
He's looking like he's gonna whip my ass.
Now that's his usual for Tig, he's always an evil. So like last night, I literally got home and I was just playing Ark. I got back in playing Ark and playing.
That's better than what I was doing. I was listening to Chitty Chitty Bang Bang on YouTube. That Sound of Music. I'm not quite sure why. Told you.
Insane in the brain.
That's me.
Insane in the brain.
That's membrane.
Whatever. So there's a lot of shit that we're going to be starting doing, and it's going to be, as you know, now we're almost 2 months away from our favorite time of year. What is that?
Halloween.
Or, as we call it,
Devil's Night.
Devil's Night on the 30th. All Hallows Eve.
Just fun.
Oh, yeah. I can't wait. I'm going to start looking at haunted houses. And so if you want to hit up one with me, I'm going to Hell's Gate. That's the first one I'm hitting this year.
If you get a chance to.
No, I'm going. Somehow I'm going.
Somehow he doesn't know how, but he's going.
I'll go after work if I have to. I don't care. I'm going to Hell's Gate.
I watched Edge's last match yesterday against Sheamus.
Yeah.
He won.
Me and Greg's been laughing at wrestling lately because of all how stupid the storylines have gotten over the years.
I mean, anyone out there who's a big wrestling fan, I am too.
So I used to be, but yeah.
But sometimes it just gets boring. You just sit there like, okay, it's the same shit over and over.
Yeah. So
it's not like the Attitude
era when they were like constantly doing actual wrestling and defending their titles. None of this long reign bullshit, you know. But other than that, I mean, literally, like tomorrow, I got a busy day planned. I got to cook grass. I got to,
Well, you just got a lot of shit to do.
Yeah. So, and also, heat advisory this week coming. Starting tomorrow, we're supposed to get back into the 90s for the end of the damn season, of course.
Well, I don't know why Illinois is like that. It's always up and down. You know that.
Oh, yeah.
Even in the winter.
I swear to God, Illinois and Mother Nature for Illinois needs to have an antidepressant. I got some. I'll give her some.
I mean, it's because we're in the central. We're in the middle of everything.
That's true. With this new job, I'm learning a lot about supplements. And you know what? If you're not on a good supplement or a multivitamin, I highly suggest getting on one. Now, because I'm back on my multivitamins that I've been out of for like 2 weeks. And you ask Greg, my mood has been really like...
He's actually been level.
Yeah, I'm back on them, so I'm back to my normal level. But when I was off them, my levels were going up and down.
He's level right now. He's not level-headed, but
I've never been level-headed. What the fuck are you talking about? But it's an amazing thing. But there's some things I wanted to say today that it really needs to be touched home.
Is it boring, so I'll have to fall asleep or no?
No.
Okay.
Folks, friendships are important.
Oh, we're touching this right away, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. We had a friend call us the other night. Well, call him the other night.
Well, we're not going to get into the story, but friendship are important. No matter if you guys fight. Trust me on this, okay? I have been reconnecting with some of the people that, I hurt.
That you lost touch with, too.
I lost touch with, too, and I hurt in the process of my anger. Absence and anger from the death of my brother. And for that, I have to apologize because, that is on me. That's the only way I heal is by stepping away by myself.
He heals by just shutting everyone out, which is
not wrong. But that's when I'm doing the inner work. That is a battle that nobody can help you with, technically. That is a battle that you have to do by yourself.
You can win it, you can lose it.
Yes.
He's been winning. So
I've been winning because I've been back to my nature roots, back into my music, back into my video games, and got back into working, and it's slowly getting back to myself. And now that I'm back on my vitamins, my multivitamins, I feel my body starting to fight back again. But there's still a long road that needs to be done.
There's always going to be a long road.
Yeah.
For anyone.
Yes. For anybody. It doesn't matter who you are. No matter how strong you are. It does not matter. It's going to be a long road. But don't forget the people that's been there for you along the way. Because those are the ones you're hurting the most. That is why one of our reasons why we created this podcast. We want to reunite with our friends and family that we don't get to see or talk to.
Today is my cousin from my dad's side of the family. Her birthday's today.
Yeah. There's a couple people that I went to school with's birthdays today. One passed away, but don't wait to the last minute to let go bad blood. Handle it, settle it right away. That's the best advice I can give you because I'm seeing that now. You can ask Greg, I've been battling with depression most of my life. When I lost my brother, I went into a deep one. I still fought. I didn't give up. He seen me self-destruct the worst when my mom died. I was drinking. I was being a fucking idiot.
An asshole to your friends.
Asshole to my friends. Asshole to my family. And I kept running away. Just running. No. To be a man, you have to stand up and fight back. It's a hell of a demon. to battle alone. Trust me on that. And I've learned that the hard way.
Don't you always learn everything the hard
Oh,
way?
yeah, well, that's just me.
Right.
But I'm serious, folks. This is one thing I've been wanting to get out. I've been holding it in. If it wasn't for this man right here, I wouldn't be sitting here. Because since my mom died, he was there full time. When Bobby died, he's been there full time. When you have a good set of friends, a good core, don't neglect that. Because when you do, it's hard as hell to get back. And I mean, it sounds like I'm ranting and raving, but it's just truth.
I'm not even get it all out now. That way, later we can have some fun.
Yeah. You have to let shit go. It's just the way life is. Trust me.
That's the way he's thinking. And anybody else who wants to think differently, you can do it.
Do it.
I mean, there's always different things for everyone.
Yep.
If you have a friend like me who's stuck by his side forever, 20-some years?
Yeah.
Who's helped him through bad times. Bad times with women, bad times with anything. He needs advice, I'd always give it to him.
And vice versa.
Oh, yeah, vice versa. But everything that you go through, you need to talk to somebody. I'm not saying talk to somebody who's mental or could be not mental, but could like more for like therapy and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Talk to a friend. If you talk out with a friend, you don't need to go to the hospitals and all that stuff or people to talk to.
Mental health for even a man, it doesn't matter. There's a stigma out there that us men need to keep our feelings wrapped up inside. Man up, as they're saying. That's bullshit. Men can struggle just as much as women can. And I'm not saying women don't struggle, okay? But I have seen so many of my friends struggle with depression, struggle with anger, just struggle completely. And where do they go? On the destructive side of the force. Drugs, alcohol, just being destructive all out. No, because the only person you're hurting is yourself.
What about friends that have gotten divorced?
Friends have gotten divorced. It don't matter. If you turn to the destructive side, things are just going to go worse. If you're looking for destruction, if you're looking for things to go worse, that's the way to do it. And everything is time is we put our energy into something positive. Plain and simple. Find something constructive to do. Hell, if you want to break a bunch of bricks open, do it. Go buy a punching bag, beat the hell out of that.
I was thinking about doing that. Putting it in my backyard.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Just to get some more extra with my arms going.
Yeah, find something constructive. That's what we're doing with this podcast. We found something constructive.
I've been walking again, so that's a good thing.
Yeah. So nothing we're saying is not it's from experience. I'm not a professional. Greg's not a professional.
Everything that we're saying could be easy to do on your own.
Yeah.
We're not saying go to somebody who's medically cleared to help you with this stuff because sometimes they don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah, very true. But if you got to that point, take the help. Find coping skills. And just adjust your lifestyle. If you see you're going down a destructive force with your health, don't always go to your doctor right away. Well, go to him, find out what's going on, but ask him instead of me going on, ask him or her on medicine. Is there a supplement maybe I can take to help me?
Not just that. is there any other way?
Is there a natural way I could do to maybe find a balance?
If you're struggling with something and you don't know why, what I do is whenever I don't walk on my treadmill, I go out and I walk 4 miles. I walk and I get all that shit that I'm thinking of out of my head. Like clear it all out.
Yeah. Find something constructive. You know?
That's what I gotta start doing with him. I gotta get him out walking more.
If need be, have a friend sit down with a piece of paper and write down pros and cons of what you're thinking. You know?
Watch a show. Get into that show.
Find constructive things to do. That's what we're trying to say. And for you women out there, we love you. A lot of us love you to death. Okay? But men have a hard time showing it because of the way we were raised.
And not just that. You don't have to be drunk. Especially guys. You don't have to be drunk and try to hit on this woman. Because when you're drunk, there's something else going on that you're thinking about one thing and maybe they're not.
Yeah.
You don't have to be drunk and stupid to try to hit on women.
No, but for the women out there,
same thing.
Yeah, same thing. But what I was gonna say, you know, us men have a hard time expressing our feelings because we are bred to
be the breadwinners,
to provide. That's what we've been bred to do. We were raised to do. Why do you think a lot of us men die at early ages? You know, or can't live without working. Some people, I've seen people work up to their 90s, men up to their 90s working, because that's all they know how to do. Because we were raised that way by our fathers. You know, you have to have some compassion. That's the thing. Show us compassion. Teach us how to be compassionate. Then, in return, we can be taught to express our emotions to you. We know that you understand what we're feeling now. And watch how quickly men and women's suicide rates will plummet. Child suicide will plummet. All it is a simple conversation. That's all it is. And finding positive outlets. That is what it is. And trust me, it is hard to do so, but when you find something like that,
or someone
like that,
hold on to them.
Oh my God. If they could read what's going on in your soul before you can even say it,
they're a keeper.
There is your soulmate. It doesn't matter who. It doesn't matter. Okay? Inside of us is everybody's ability to love. You just got to find the right person to love. Because it's a two-way street, folks. Nowadays, it's not like back in the 50s, 60s, or 70s when everything was cheap and you can live on one income.
One income.
Yeah, back in those days, man.
You mean
gas was like
born?
Yeah, you know, back when gas was 5 cents a gallon. For God's sakes.
When you see big old boats out there, driving up the storm.
You know what I mean? When gas was 5 cents a gallon and a bottle of water was 2 cents. Not even that. Maybe a penny.
50 cents.
You know. Back then, those days, you could live on one income.
But what we're trying to say is, just be happy with yourself, and don't worry about what anybody else thinks about you. If they want to think negative thoughts about you, let them.
Shove it off your shoulders.
You know the way that you are inside. It's your heart that feels everything. Your brain, your heart, everything. What people think and what you think of people. See, if you like somebody and you have trouble talking to them, alcohol is not the reason. No. Drugs are not the reason. If you want to act stupid, that's fine. You want to act stupid with your friends, go right ahead. But alcohol has no point in anything. When I stopped drinking, I'm still the same person that I was when I was drinking. When I'm drinking, I get more quiet, which is odd.
But it don't matter who you are. God gave us two hands, folks. In school, we were taught how to write.
I don't.
No, he don't.
I got two hands, but one doesn't work right.
Yeah. I mean,
but I still can move it.
Yeah. We got utensils called pens.
Or pencils.
You can write them a letter. And don't put them in there. If you're in, like back in high school, you slip it in their locker. That's just stupid. Go up and give it to them. Say, please read this and let me know. But like I was saying, though, it's a 3-person income anymore.
Not even that. You have to have one hell of a good job.
Yeah. It's just, this world is going crazy because of we're listening to people who don't know shit. They claim they do. They don't. Turn off the media. Tell them, you know what? I'm tired of listening to you. Do your own research. Find your passion again.
Find what you like and get it out there.
You know?
I'm not saying just go do something destructive, which, there's places out there. You can find places in the city, anywhere that says, oh, do this, you can channel your anger and all that stuff. Yeah, sometimes that doesn't happen.
Best thing for me, I've been writing in a private journal again.
Well, you've been doing that since I've known you, though.
Yeah, yes, but I stop for a while, then I start back up.
Well, that's because your mind goes blank, and then you're like, okay. Well.
But
everyone does that.
Yeah.
I'm still working on the book.
Yeah.
On my book, so I have it all up here. I just can't put it down the
paper
there.
But don't take what we're saying like we're being mean today. We're not. I'm just being hardcore truth today because
he's just ranting.
I'm venting.
Yeah, venting too.
It's hardcore truth today because you know what? We can sit here and goof around all we want because that's the way we are. We love to goof around. We love to have fun. But
when it comes time to be serious,
there's times. Now, this is one of those times. The issue we were going to tackle today was bullying, but I skipped that back because this is some of the stuff I have to get out there and tell you folks. Because I've seen enough in my time. I'm sick of it. It's like we as a people need to do each other better.
Not just people, just we need to do everything better.
Yeah. I gotta say, is we were talking at work yesterday, actually.
You were, I was. Who knows where I was?
Scientists are out there trying to bring back mammoths. They found mammoth DNA somewhere.
Yeah, but who knows?
Don't be a fucking idiot.
Grab that manager cat.
Hey, buddy.
But what we're trying to say, is
it's like they died out for a reason. God or nature, whatever you believe in, choose the dinosaurs and animals like them to be extinct. That's like say you bring back mammoth, go ahead, bring back the megalodon, then we'll be wiped out.
They keep on saying that how deep the oceans are and all that stuff. There's deeper parts in the ocean that the megalodon could be in.
Yeah, and piranhas still could be around.
I don't know. No one knows.
Instead of wasting resources on stupid shit like that, that's fine. And stupid shit trying to kill farms and stuff. How do we help the farmers? Let's help those folks.
And you're driving, okay, what's going on in the city and all that stuff? You're driving, like all the businesses are coming out here to rebuild and all that stuff. And people from out here are trying to get away from all that because they like the country. But the city keeps on coming out further and further out this way. And pretty soon, we're not going to have farm fields. It's going to be
genetically modified foods, which is going to be freaking horrible for us. It's going to kill us, folks.
That's not what I'm really trying to say. Is that
That's what they're planning, dude.
I know, but the warehouses keep on coming farther and farther out here, which make the people want to move farther and farther away because they want to be by nature instead of they want to see the animals. They want to see.
We need to bring back animals that are dying out of extinction because of what we've done. We need to bring back wolves are making a comeback. Yes, that's awesome. I love wolves. Eagles are finally making a comeback. You know? But we need to bring back, like, cows are getting thinner and thinner every year. We need to start bringing some of them back to life. Bring around, you know? We need to raise horses better. We need to bring a lot of different things back. But we also need to start planting our own gardens again. You know? Because what I've learned at work, and I did not even know this. I'm not sure if you do either, bro, or not.
What?
The fat in our bodies, like a big ball. You know? Some of the foods that we eat today has chemicals in it.
Oh, yeah. I knew
Pesticides and stuff like that, right? And whatever when they're shipped off to the factories, whatever they put in there.
You hear that on every other podcast too.
Yeah. Well, I learned this today. What happens is eventually that fat absorbs that. And then when we try to lose weight, what comes out of our body? Out of that fat cell? The chemicals. They come back into our body, into our bloodstreams. And it makes us sick. You know? So if we know what we're growing on our own, you know, we need to put nutrients back into the soil. We need to plant trees, you know, have everybody have their own garden and have fun with it. You know, look at corn. September, usually we go up to Mendota for Corn Fest. Last year, after we left, they ran out of corn because the biggest supplier of it moved to Indiana.
Not just that, everyone's just leaving because of the way Illinois is.
Yeah. Fertilizers up high. Farmers are having hard trouble getting the stuff that they need. You know? We need to help them, folks. We do. You know? And you know, I am a big believer in God. I do believe in some higher power. Either God, Jesus, nature. They're all one thing. You know, we, the people of this earth, need to start doing better with, you know, like back in the day, me and Greg, when we were growing up, we can take in bags of cans into the junkyards and whatever, or can recycling plants and get like, I don't know, $5 a bag maybe, or
I have no clue.
You know, so I walked out. I think one time when my family walked out with like $300 and just bags of cans, you know, cans. That stuff, we should make a program again like that, where we can recycle those cans, you know, because eventually it's easy process. Because we were watching How It Was Made or something like that.
I have no clue.
That was that one episode we were really interested.
Oh, you were watching it more than me, but you know what?
About to try to grab somebody here because I think he wants up.
What, you want to be part of the podcast?
So they can get, by doing that, they can clear off, put it in a machine, have it clear off the label, whatever it is, melt it down, and there you go. You got multiple sheets of aluminum. You know,
or what they say in England, aluminium or whatever. I've been watching a lot of Top Gear again, so
yeah. So
because I like those three idiots.
Yeah, you know what I mean, though. Programs like that, amazing. Companies are like beer companies. You're wondering why you're losing so much money? Because people are dying % of chance. Throw out bottles, throw out your cans.
It's not even that. I mean, if you think about it, people nowadays look at like bars and all that stuff. Why? Okay, if they're playing good music, that's when you go. If you just go there just to be stupid and have fun, it gets boring.
Yeah.
Wow, you sit there drinking and you get like look around like, okay, I'm bored of this shit.
Yeah. But create programs like that. Take the bottles, rinse them out, because out here in Coal City, they require that.
So Braidwood too.
Yeah, because they require it because they want to recycle more.
People have been telling you put bottle caps back on the bottles.
Yeah, because
of recycling.
Yeah, they can take that plastic and melt it down and make sheets of it again.
Yeah, they make what, paper out of it?
Yeah.
Your toilet paper could be this.
You never know. You don't know what it is. But what we're saying, folks, is we really want to get on board with helping the environment. There's ways we can do it. Instead of just, oh, I'm done with this, I'm going to throw it out the window. No.
Oh, and that's a whole nother thing about littering when you're just driving.
Half my garbage that's in my car, it stays in my car until I come home and throw it in a garbage can.
Or you find someplace.
Oh, yeah. I hardly ever litter unless it's food-wise, like an apple. That dissolves, but an animal out there could take that apple and eat it.
Every once in a while, if we had an apple, we'd throw it in the lake because the fish will actually somewhat come up there or it'll reach the other side of the shoreline. Like where I live, you actually, when the ice is so thick, you can walk on it. I know people will take salt licks and bring them across the lake, set them in there for the deer to eat.
Yeah. And another thing, like leaving dead animals on the roadways. If you have to carry a freaking shovel in your car, scoop it up and put it on the side in the grass. It'll decompose into that grass.
Well, a lot of people just don't care.
Yeah. That's another thing. That peed me off yesterday.
Oh, what'd you see?
Well, we understand a lot of times during the summer, best here in Illinois, is construction season. Oh. Okay. I was on my way home from work. It's Friday night, for God's sakes. I get off at 4:00 right now. And I'm sitting there driving. I don't speed hardly anymore. I've come, unless I'm really pissed off and I just drive,
Which is all the time.
No, not all the time. But that exit, Jefferson Street, right when you get onto 55 going into Shorewood, it's horrible, folks. It only horrible is because people don't leave,
enough room,
number one. Number two, they don't leave enough time on their hands. They're always in the damn hurry. I mean, I was halfway. Because I was going to my niece's game. I thought it started at 5, but it didn't. So I had time to run home, change, and put some snacks I bought away. I had a guy just zipping around me like an idiot, going around trucks and everything. Those trucks don't stop on a dime, folks. Give them space. Don't get up on their ass, man, because if you've never watched it, like read in a paper or heard on the radio, whatever, of a truck driver getting into a jackknife, those are unless the driver's really freaking good, to avoid it. And we have a lot of rookie drivers out there, a lot of them. Those are very hard to come back from.
Till this day, when we were coming home from seeing my niece and stuff, me and my mom, we were driving behind this big rig. The one lady in front of us started slowing up, and we started slowing up too, because he actually fell asleep. He was drifting. He drifted, and he went shooting straight into the field and wrecked. There was nothing left of the
truck.
Nothing left of the truck. And that sight that you see right there, because he must have fell asleep, he tried to correct himself, and he just overcorrected.
He jackknifed himself.
Don't know what. No, he didn't even jackknife. He just went straight that way.
That's a jackknife still.
I thought jackknife was when you took the trailer.
No. That's it doesn't matter if you have a trailer or not. You can still jackknife the rig.
Right.
And
that was the scariest freaking thing I ever seen.
Drivers, please do not docker up your books. Get the sleep you deserve and need out there. We need you to get our goods from point A to point B and being it safe. Corporations, you need to wake up because you're putting innocent people's lives at risk by putting pressure on these drivers.
What about, okay, I'm just saying this, the garbage men, the guys that, the big rigs who have to go to point A to point B and they get paid that way, they're always speeding.
We need to get rid of that. Get them on a nice pay schedule where they can support their families. You know, the people that paid by load, it's a stupid system. I worked with road drivers when I worked out in the railroad. Poor guys always complain how badly their checks are short. That's not fair to them. You can't help it if the train's late. You can't help. They can't help if they're stuck and we're because we have to bring the load up. They can't go by our tracks. They have to wait, you know? And they have to wait till, like, if they have to go to our flip booth to flip it onto their chassis from ours, but our guys are on lunch. You can't help. They can't help that, folks. I'm sorry. You know?
Plus, I've seen so many people, railroad tracks are coming down. They actually redid my whole train track so no one could get by anymore. But people still try to do that. They try to beat the train. It's not going to happen, people.
No, those go 100 to 200 mile an hour in a split second.
Not even that. You got now, by me, they have the high-speed train.
Yeah.
Which they keep on saying it's going to come, it's going to come, it's going to come. I haven't seen it yet. And they keep on changing the railroad ties.
Well, it's because the rail system is not ready for it.
We got new railroad ties in us, which aren't supposed to be in residential area, which is louder than heck in the wintertime because it bounces off the lake and comes back into our houses.
Yes, but by the year 2030, all railroad tracks, except for when they go across the streets, are going to be boarded. That's the plan of the government. Another thing is, you know, we need to give them their time too, because yes, I know I get frustrated. A lot of drivers get frustrated when they have to deal with a train. It's a pain.
Hell, our friends used to get that. Remember that?
Oh,
he just sit there, he's the slowest driver around, but he still starts. He has road rage nonstop. He just yells for no reason. Like, you're not even doing the freaking speed limit. Why are you freaking yelling at everyone to speed?
Yeah. People, it's time you wake up and smell the roses. Step back. And when you're driving and you have to back down, don't hit your brakes right away. Take your foot off the gas. Let the car slow down. And we'll do it on its own.
Unless you have a 96 Beretta that my mom had. She let off the brakes. We're still going the same speed.
Well, your mom was a crazy driver anyways.
Hey, my mom's not a crazy driver. She got you working time, didn't she?
Yeah. But, I mean, take your foot off that gas pedal. And have to tap the brake. Do not hit it. That's how accidents are caused.
There's a lot of times where I'm just sitting there, you're sitting there, just not paying, just zoning out. I'm like, Jay? And then all of a sudden you're like, whoa. But everyone zones out.
I mean, and another thing, stay off the fucking cell phones. Especially when you're in a busy area like Joliet, Chicago.
Anywhere in the city.
Yeah, in the cities.
In any town.
Stay off of them.
And on the highways.
I've seen so many people on the phone on a highway or in the middle of the city. They're just sitting there texting at the stoplight. That text can wait. You know, you're going to wonder why people are honking at you and getting pissed. It's because you're texting and not paying attention to the road. That is something the cops are going to eventually get tired of this, even with those new bullshit laws they're trying to pull through.
Which aren't going to be coming through, I have a feeling.
One of them is, but not all of them. They're going to pull you over for it because you don't know if someone who's on a bike's on the side of the road. You don't know if it's somebody on walking. You don't know if it's somebody with a motorcycle
or a cop.
You know, or a cop doing his job, walking down and just checking if somebody. You know, if there was an accident or something, so they have to walk everything about it to check the crime scene.
I've been watching a lot of reaction videos on cops pulling people over in
Hey,
Arkansas.
get down.
In Arkansas.
He wants to play with my movies for some reason.
In Arkansas.
What are you doing?
Oh my God! Half the people in Arkansas run from the cops. Why are you running from the cops when you think you have nothing to do, when you did nothing wrong? But no, you might have a little bit of substance in the car. Don't run from them. They maybe might have smelled it or not like that, but they would never charge. They don't know if they'll charge you or not. You don't know. Running from the cop is no. Why would you?
And don't give them attitude. That's another thing. You Karens and Kevins out there, shut your fucking mouth. Plain and simple.
If something goes wrong in your life, don't take it out on anybody else.
Because
what's it going to do? What's it going to prove?
You don't know that cops might be a veteran coming back from war. You know? You don't know what they're going through on a daily basis. You know? Because they see the worst of the worst.
They can have a bad day too, and they just, instead of them, they could take it out on you when you already taking it out on them.
Yeah.
They could be a lot worse and give you a hell of a lot more crime than what you think you're going to do.
Yeah, it's basically you don't know what they're going through on a day-to-day basis. They could have just a lot of cops, men and women, even in military or whatever, they call each other brother and sister because they're with them more than they're with their families. You know? They could have just lost a brother being gunned down in a gun battle with a gangbanger or whoever being an idiot, you know? And they're feeling that remorse because they could have done better to protect them, you know, to get them to go home at the end of the night.
But honestly, people, what we're trying to say is just be reasonable. Just think of who you could hurt, who you are hurting, not who you could hurt, who you are hurting on the way you're acting.
And if you are acting wrong, take accountability. You know, take accountability. I have finally learned that word.
Take responsibility too.
To take accountability and responsibility.
And if you're really mad at somebody, go to the gym, do something, walk it off.
You know,
you don't take it out on the next person.
Digress your anger on it, and then go back and talk about it. Because, as an old saying goes, and I've heard this from a lot of different videos, people are really trying to realize it, is what happens in the dark eventually does come to light. You know, I do apologize for ranting and raving today, but you know what? This stuff needed to be said because nobody's talking about it, and it needs to be said. If you have a bad day, everybody's allowed to have a bad day. I have a bad day. Greg has a bad day.
I don't show it, but I do.
Yeah. The psycho cats, cats have bad days. You know.
If you have a bad day, do not take it out on somebody else.
No.
Go home, vent it out on your own. Go home and vent it out. If you have a significant other,
don't take it out on them either. Talk it. Talk. Open thy mouth and say, listen, honey, babe, whatever you call them.
Just say, I'm having a bad day. I'll talk to you about it when I feel it all out.
When I'm a little bit more calmer. And they will respect that. You know?
And when somebody says hello to you and stuff, don't shut them out. Don't shut them out. Or you say, if they ask you, how's your day today? Don't say, you want to hear about my day?
You know?
Don't get really upset about it. Just don't take it out on people. Take it, sit down, relax. If you have to sit in a bath, take a bath.
Take a shower. Have that shower head turned to like a massage setting if you have it, and just let it beat down your back. I do.
Not just that. I'm just talking about
meditate. Meditation is awesome. You can ask Greg. Him and I meditate quite often when we're in the woods and stuff. we can feel all that negativity come out of our system, out of our soul.
Well, that's because we just sit there, we walk, and we just stop, and we just breathe everything in. Nature, with today's thing that's out there enough, with today's pollution, you need to go someplace that's
Clear air, clean air.
yeah. And people that are keep on moving the industrial parks out here and all that stuff. Pretty soon, there's not going to be any clean air anywhere.
Folks, what we're trying to
There's
say,
not going to be any woods anywhere.
we need to get back to nature. We need to help her revitalize this world. Yes, we agree with that. But there's ways we can do it without it being a political bullshit.
If you cut down a tree, replant one.
Yep. If that tree was about to die anyways, it's still got good wood. Find a place to plant it. There you go. You have your wood for a shed or a tree house or whatever.
But yeah, there's a lot of dead wood, a lot of dead trees out there. There's a lot of
if you need
anything.
And we as people, there's a lot of tree limbs in the parks, and the rangers can't get to them. If you're camping, go get some of the dead wood. Burn it.
Oh, they burn easy too.
Yeah, that way, you're releasing all those nutrients back into the air, and it's going to go into the other trees, and you're cleaning it up at the same time because people hide a bunch of shit under that dead stuff. Like, if you see bottles out there, pick them up and throw them in the trash. Keep a garbage bag on you.
When last time I was on the pontoon boat this year, I'm driving. Somebody had a sign that says Turtle Bay on it. It's where all the turtles gather on this piece of wood and sit there in the sun and all that stuff. A few times when I've gone back out and I've looked, no one's known where it was. I haven't seen it anywhere. Either somebody took it and just said, "Oh, this looks good," and just put it somewhere else, or they took it and burnt it. That was there to let people know that turtles are there for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, everyone, my lake, you need to stock it more. People need to stock lakes more. Right now, since the weeds and all that stuff, some down the street, down my lake, they're talking about people call and say, "Oh, can you get rid of the weeds?" The weeds are there to provide oxygen
and nutrients.
Oxygen's to keep everything fresh. You don't want to jump in water that's it's all green and all that stuff. People may think that lakes they look dirty, but you're just seeing they're actually clean as can be. You can lift up water and it's clear. What you're looking at is stuff from the bottom. That's
man-made items. If you want to, there's a new hobby. Like I've seen it on TikTok a lot. There's a lot of these guys are doing it. It's a new hobby out there. Magnet fishing.
Oh, I've seen that. That's not new. That's not new. People have done it their whole life.
Yeah, and they find some weird shit. I mean, they found guns, and that way they're cleaning up the streams and the lakes.
There's a lot of cars in mine.
Oh, yeah. Yours used to be a quarry. It's a different, what I mean? But, do that.
But no matter what, we need to help the fish survive and need to catch release, people. That's all what I'm trying to say is catch a fish, and it's not, even if it's big enough, throw it back. I'm tired of people keeping everything in the lakes. Yeah. Bluegills. Oh, yeah, they're good eating.
But they're going downhill on the life expectancy.
Everything is getting extinct. Our lake.
We need to go back to this thing of limiting what you can catch and what you can keep.
And in man-made lakes, catch and release.
Yeah.
Do not catch, oh, this is good, keep it, because it's good eating. No.
What kills a lot of lakes? Carp.
We have carp, but it's not killing our lake.
Well, in some places it has.
But what I'm trying to say is, when I first moved to where I'm living now, in Braidwood, on Shell Lakes. I'm gonna put you out that way. My ma had a bass that she started feeding when he was that big. He was about 4 feet long. Well, not 4 feet. Well, I don't know how big he was, but he was pretty big. And she hand fed him. He used to come up every single year and get hand fed. Some idiot down on our lake heard about this, decided to catch him and keep him. Right now, every time we see these guys, because we know who they are, we call them the fish killers because they always come straight to our dock, and it's pissing me off because they're right there. They're actually almost on top of our dock,
which is on private property, folks.
And every time they're there, I want to say something, but my ma and my dad say, no, you can't. They're on the lake. I don't care. They're on our dock. They're right in front of our house.
So technically, that's private property. But all we're saying is, folks, we got to start respecting each other. We got to help nature and respect it. You wonder why people before us and before them had a great time with nature? Because they respected it. Native Americans used everything. If they caught something and killed it, they used the hide for clothes. They used the meat to eat, of course. And they were feeding whole families with that.
But what we're trying to say is don't go out there killing things right now. Just don't go out killing.
No, we need to get, but if you do kill, take only enough you need to survive. We need to do, a petition needs to go around where they need to change the law. You can only catch so much a year and hunt so much a year. We need to help nature build itself back. You're wondering, like, Washington State, Alaska, Canada, why they're so filled with animals and nature? It's because they got some of the strictest laws on that stuff. You know? We're not saying we need to create laws that are strict. We just need to hold each other accountable. You know? Like, if I catch my limit, Greg needs to hold me accountable. And he's getting too close to his limit, I need to hold him accountable. You know?
Well, that's one thing. But I'm just saying, if you catch a decent sized fish or anything, throw it back. Because we're trying to save the wildlife.
Yep.
Trying to save people from catch and release is the best thing. You're not harming the fish. Okay, if you catch it and he
ate the hook,
he starts bleeding, he ate the hook and all that stuff.
There's nothing you can do.
Right.
Keep it, cook it, eat it, fish is good for you.
But that's the only reason why you should keep a fish. Right now, there's so many catfish in front of our dock because my mom feeds them. We're getting overrun. So pretty soon, I'm going to take a ball with bread on it, throw it out there, and catch the first thing. It disputes them all. As soon as one gets caught, they hardly ever come back. They come back, but not as much.
Uh-huh. What we need to do is we got to help Mother Nature. She's hurting. Maybe if we help her, maybe she can get her mood straightened, when they say we're gonna have rain, we're gonna actually have rain. When we're supposed to have snow, we have snow. Maybe that'll help us.
It's just not that. It's just everything needs to be done.
There's a lot, right? And we gotta watch what we're using for our chemicals, folks. I know we all get bugged with spiders, ants, and bees, and all that.
Spiders eat other
animals.
Well,
other insects. I know I hate mosquitoes and I hate flies. They drive me nuts. The spiders, I have no problem with them being on my property because they'll eat those things. So I don't have to deal with them,
Well, not just that. I'm just talking about there's mosquito hawks out there. If you see anything flying around and it's like towards the nighttime and they're swooping down and you think they're going to when they come flying past you, it's because they see mosquitoes.
They're eating. They're getting their fill.
Oh, believe me, they're fun to watch too.
But we need to worry about what we have now, not what we had back in the past. Don't bring back something like a mammoth. I'm sorry, because they had their time. You thinking, oh, we're going to bring back this animal from the prehistoric times, and he's going to help us. They're going to help us with nature. I'm sorry, that's not going to happen. You don't know if you ever seen the movie Jurassic World or Jurassic Park, I highly recommend watching them.
It's not true. Well, all that shit is fiction, but it can happen.
Yeah. They don't know what period they're being brought into. What they're used to is all animal, all this. They have room to run. Hello. We have businesses everywhere. We have homes everywhere. They're not going to know, what to do.
And let me get this out real fast. People, if you see a stray dog or anything like that, and it comes up to you and it needs food and stuff, and you have extra food, feed it, or bring it, adopt it. Adoption for cats, dogs, anything. We're trying to help animals out that need the help. We're tired of seeing dogs being
put down.
Well, yeah, put down.
I understand if they're suffering. Yes, let's put them down so they can rest.
A rescue shelter, they're there for a reason because they want to get adopted.
I mean, if they're really sick, or the point where they can't survive any animal, doesn't matter what animal it is,
and you're trying to keep them alive. Don't. And they're suffering.
They're suffering. That's just like keeping a human alive on machines and stuff. But yes, today on this podcast today, we really went out with just feeling the issues that we need are in our hearts. But the title, so let's go. Let's have some fun in the madness.
We're always madness. So. We're always mad. So.
Yeah. It's just people. We need to make I don't care. It doesn't, for us, it's not about money. You can easily do this stuff on your own. Go out there and instead of bagging up your grass, mulch it back into the regular grass. Then that'll help kill those areas that you got dead spots on. It can help it, burn up those leaves, burn up those loose sticks, and
everyone loves a good bonfire.
Oh yeah,
we love the smell of it.
Oh yeah,
of course I love the smell of gasoline, so that and tar. So yeah. I'm strange,
but all we know is, folks, and we're getting closer usually our time here, but we need to do better. We need to come up with a plan that works. Not the government, who gives a shit what they do. We, the people of this earth, need to figure out, okay, I took that tree down. I'm going to, in this place, I'm going to try to get that stump out,
Or just bury your stump.
Yeah. I'm going to put a new tree down. Oh, look, I'm tired of paying the prices at the grocery store because they're killing me. I'll plant my own tomatoes and cucumbers and, help the soil. Help. It doesn't have to be a big thing. Little steps helps as well.
But, we're just ranting today because we always feel like ranting every once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
Not to. We're trying to make everything. How can I put this? Irrelevant. We're just trying to make some points. Trying to get some points out there that this is the way life is going right now, and we're trying to save everything that we do. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. You never know.
And basically, you know what, folks, that's what we're trying to say. And if this offends you, we're sorry, but it's not meant to be offensive. It's meant to show the light on issues that need to be talked about, and these are issues that we see every day. If you're mad at the government because of some bullshit, take it up with them.
You don't need to go around, I don't want to say suing people, but some people need that. But
if you have a problem with somebody, talk it out.
But on that note,
come up with a solution.
But on that note,
we're
gonna be going, and we're just gonna be just out and about. If you see us, like I was always saying, if you see us, come talk to us. We're not shy. We'll talk to anybody who wants to talk. You come up to us, we'll say hi. We'll do anything. Well, not anything, but just we're friendly people. We are not the type that will shine you. Shine you off. Go, okay, go. We don't need to talk. No. We will talk to you because
what are you doing, Digger?
Everything that we talk about on here or we goof around about, we are true to ourselves. But on that note, I'm Greg. This is Jack. We're gonna be leaving, so adios.